Hello everyone and welcome back. I hope you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I have only eaten turkey for the past 4 days. Help me. Can you believe it's already December? I mean, what a month. We made it past the election. Phew, what a doozy, am I right? But now that that's over, there's a lot changing and there's a lot happening in space. So let's get started with the November Rewind. Let's not start with the first of the month, but let's, start with the coolest of the month. SpaceX successfully launched its first operational flight of its Crew-Dragon astronaut taxi to the International Space Station on November 16th. Yay! Crew-1 is the second Crew-Dragon mission to carry NASA astronauts. We got Michael Hopkins, whoop, Victor Glover, whoop, Shannon Walker, whoop, along with Japanese astronaut Soichi Noguchi. Going into the launch, the weather was quite rough, so they decided to delay the flight 24 hours. But the launch was an absolute success, and 27 hours later, in a high-speed orbital chase, I like the sound of that, they arrived at the space station. And let's not forget about the Baby Yoda. This was a monumental event, guys. It marked many different firsts. It marks the first, including the long-duration crew mission to blast off onto the Space Coast, as well as the first operational commercial mission as part of the NASA's Commercial Crew program. Also, Victor J. Glover will be the first Black crew member on the space station for an extended stay. Super excited for this. They will spend the next 6 months on the space station. Yay! Let's go SpaceX, let's go NASA. Also, another first, Trump and Biden both agreed that this was awesome. They both hailed the SpaceX Crew, which is actually the first time they've agreed on anything in the history of ever. Yay! But guys, on the eve of the launch, Elon Musk tested positive for COVID, but he also tested negative? What? He was not happy. This is a tweet from November 12th. It seems Elon wasn't in the best mood. He tweeted, something extremely bogus is going on. Was tested for COVID 4 times today. 2 tests came back negative, 2 came back positive. Same machine, same test, same nurse, rapid agent test from BD. Then, when someone asked, hey, Elon, what's your symptoms? He said, yeah, I don't have any crazy symptoms, just mild sniffles and cough and slight fever for the past few days. Right now, no symptoms, although I did take NyQuil. Then he kind of went on a rant and about the accuracy of these tests, but then he just stopped tweeting about it and went into the launches, so I hope he's okay, but I'm super happy the crew is okay. For some political news, no, don't turn off. Don't turn me off. I'm just reporting about Mark Kelly, who is an astronaut, was just elected as senator. He is the 4th astronaut to be elected into Congress. More political news. This is interesting and actually I find sad. Jim Bridenstine will step away from NASA chief when President-elect Biden takes over, even if he's asked to stay. Aviation Weekly did an interview with Bridenstine and he said, quote, "You need somebody who has a close relationship with the President of the US. Somebody trusted by the administration, including OMB, Office of Management and Budget. I think I would not be the right person for that in a new administration." But, however, he did say that he is optimistic about the future. There is a political agreement that America needs to do big things in space exploration, that we need to lead the world. There have been lessons learned from the past, and I think Congress is in a good position to make sure that we have sustainable programs going forward. Then he went on to say, quote, "To go from running NASA to whatever I do next is going to be really hard. This has been the greatest experience of my life by far, and I'm so grateful for it. But I'm under no illusions. There are a lot of people that can do great work as the NASA administrator." I actually really liked Bridenstine. I think he did a wonderful job. So thank you, Bridenstine, for what you have done for NASA and the future of space exploration. So, Biden has named his 8-person transition team. The purpose of this team is to bring him up to speed all things NASA ahead of his January 2021 inauguration. They are responsible for understanding the operation of each agency, ensuring a smooth transfer of power, and preparing the President-elect Biden and VP President-elect Harris on their cabinet to hit the ground running on day 1. According to Biden's Build Back Better website, the team members are Ellen Stoffen, she is the team leader, Waleed Abdibali, Jedediah Eisler, Bivia Lal, Pam Melroy, Dave Noble, Shannon Valley, and David Weaver. Honestly, I could go into all of their credentials, but we would be here all day. They seem like a fantastic bunch of people. I also interned under David Weaver, so I'm happy to see him back. Remember, for the past year, every month I've been telling you about all the Starlink satellites. Well, SpaceX is now sending out email invitations for public beta testing of Starlink. The emails called for participants to join the better than nothing beta. To participate, users must purchase the Starlink ground equipment for a mere $499 and then pay a $99 monthly fee for active service. My God, they stole the business model for Peloton, and I love it. Speaking of SpaceX, on November 5th, they launched an advanced GPS satellite for the U.S. Space Force. They have been waiting to launch this since on October 2nd, when they detected an engine anomaly in the rocket's onboard flight termination. Shut the engine down! Shut it down! But this one was a success. This is the third GPS delivery for SpaceX. 2 previous advanced GPS missions also launched on Falcon 9 rockets. The U.S. military plans to launch a total of 10 upgraded GPS satellites, which will replace the old aging satellites. India went 11 months without any action. I'm sure a lot of people can relate in 2020. Anywho, the Indian Space Research Organization is back in action. The space agency launched 10 satellites into orbit on November 7th. The primary payload for this launch was the EOS-1 Earth Observation Satellite, which is part of India's RESAT series of radar imaging satellites. They plan to launch one more before the end of the year. Clock's a ticking, India. Shocking news! Just kidding, it's not shocking at all. Boeing's next test flight of STS-100 Starliner commercial crew capsule for NASA won't launch until early 2021 due to ongoing software checks. The uncrewed mission, called Orbital Flight Test 2, was targeted to launch by the end of the year after Boeing's initial test flight failed to reach the ISS in December of 2019. Remember that? I do. But the critical test won't lift off until some of the first quarter of 2021. Steve Stitch, NASA's commercial crew program manager at KSC, said, quote, "The pacing item really is getting the software ready to go. And you know what? Make sure that stuff is ready, because I know how I feel when my technology and software doesn't work on Earth." I don't know where I was going with that joke. It didn't work. The Atlas V launched the National Reconnaissance NROL-101 spy satellites. This United Launch Alliance successfully launched following a series of delays due to hardware issues and poor weather conditions. This mission marks ULA's 5th launch so far this year. The company has launched various other payloads for the military, as well as NASA's Perseverance Mars rover. We all love her. They haven't told us what the payloads are because, guys, it's a secret. Secrets are no fun unless I am a part of one. Stratolaunch, a company dedicated to advancing high-speed technology, is starting construction on a prototype hypersonic vehicle designed to launch from the world's biggest airplane. Here's some pictures they shared over Twitter. Look at this sleek Talon A. Sign me up for one of those. 2 cosmonauts, both named Sergey, walk into space. But really, actually, 2 cosmonauts named Sergey opened a new door to the ISS while prepping for the replacement of a 2-decade-old Russian docking compartment. The commander of the space station's Expedition 64 crew and the flight engineer went on a 6-hour, 48-minute spacewalk. They used the poise, I think that auto-corrected, I don't know what it is in actual. They used that as a module as an airlock. Now, I know I'm butchering the pronunciation, as I just said, but it means search. Before this, it had only been used as a port for crewed Soyuz and robotic program cargo to dock. The main focus of the spacewalk was the relocation of a telemetry cable from the adjacent Priest's docking compartment, and also they attempted to replace a fluid regulator on the outside of the Zarya service module. It's been up there for 22 years. Way to go, Team Sergey. Rocket Lab launched 30 satellites and took a big step towards booster reusability. The company's 2-stage Electron booster lifted off the company's New Zealand launch site on November 19th on a mission called Return to Sender. Adorable. About 2 hours after liftoff, Rocket Lab personnel fished the booster out of the water with a recovery ship. Quote, Once we get it back into the factory, it's like CSI, crime scene investigation. Really, Rocket Lab founder and CEO Peter Beck told reporters during a teleconference on November 4th. We'll pull it all apart and really dig into how well each of the components in the sub-assemblies have performed. I don't know why he had a southern accent, but I was feeling it. Fun! SpaceX launched advanced over-mapping satellites for NASA in Europe on November 21st. And of course, it was on a Falcon 9, but it was at Vandenberg Air Force Base. This launch marked SpaceX's 22nd Falcon 9 of this year. About 9 minutes after liftoff, the rocket's first stage returned. Way to go. Speaking of Falcon 9, SpaceX called off the launch for its next Starlink satellite fleet on Sunday, November 22nd, delaying a potential record-setting flight for the Falcon 9 rocket. It was scrubbed just over 30 minutes before the launch. It would have been the 100th flight. Dang it! But guys, it's fine because on November 25th, they launched for real this time, and then they had their 100th birthday. Look at this month. There's records just being made all over the place. First, Lunar sample return since 1970 is underway. China's robotic Chang'e 5 mission launched on November 23rd from Weichang Space Launch Center in the Hainan province. If all goes according to plan, it will bring the moon samples back to Earth in mid-December. It'll casually arrive in lunar orbit around November 28th, then send 2 of its 4 modules, a lander and an ascent vehicle, to the lunar surface for a day or so. Space.com mentioned in their article that Chinese officials have been very vague about the mission details. I wanna know, China. Tell me. Boom Supersonic plans to fly a supersonic jet demonstration in 2021. One of our student ambassadors actually did a video about it here, and you can watch it. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope to enjoy the Boom Supersonic. Thanksgiving celebration was celebrated on the International Space Station. The packaged foods included cornbread dressing, curry, rice, and smoked turkey. Sounds actually good. And they called their loved ones from space. Talk about long distance. And guys, that is it. That is the space news for November. I hope you guys enjoy this month. Tonight I'm putting ornaments on the tree. I'm excited for the new year of 2021 because if it's like a shred bit better than 2020, I will be very happy. Stay safe, enjoy your holiday, stay healthy, and I will see you next month. Thanks everyone so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment. Yeah, I will see you guys next month. Bye.